Hello YouTube. It's been a while since I've done any videos because I've had COVID and I've been left with a cough and I can't fully get rid of it. For 6 months I've had it. I'm giving it permission to stay there for the rest of my life because that is a paradox that it will create, which means that I'm going to relax into it, and it means I'm not fighting it and I'm seeing it, feeling it and hearing it for what it is and just being with it. The last videos I made, it was snowy and I was up here and I'd been ill 4 weeks before that, but I was better, but a cough kind of developed after that, never fully went away. I'm going to cough now. It's sort of deep in my lungs. I'm listening to binaural beats that I give to clients in packages, and I can meditate upwards of a couple of hours a day, sometimes more, and I'm doing a lot of tapping, and I'm evolving as an NEA type 6, so I'm doing everything that I help clients with. And the thing is that you might ask, well, why is he still doing that? Because I benefit. I don't need to anymore, but I benefit, and I know that I can grow even further and I can manifest even more wonderful things into my life, and I can grow if I do that. If I don't, I'm stuck. I'm back in my ego. I'm back into fear. If I do all of that, I'm in a better place, and also it stimulates my immune system, which is something that I need in order to fully recover. I'd say I'm 90 to 95% recovered. I can just feel it a little bit. I've been kayaking up and down the River Severn, which is Britain's longest river, and that's a bit lung busting, and I've been okay. And I think in time, I'm sure I will make a full recovery, but there's a paradox, and I say this with clients who are fighting serious disease or illness when they come and see me, which is to accept it for what it is. Accept this is just where you are and this is just what's happening. And if you can make acceptance with where you are and what is happening, you create this wonderful magic where, with that ease that you have with the dis-ease, there's even less to deal with, and there's even more of a chance for transformation. So, manifestation. 20 years ago, I was introduced to EFT because I'd had so much anxiety, back then. I really felt nothing had helped and nothing would help. And I had this awareness of oh my goodness, I could use that technique in order to manifest anything in the universe. I had this vision of sitting at the top of a hill, and I was looking down on my red Ferrari, because I always wished to have a Ferrari when I was young. I was completely obsessed by them. My whole teenage bedroom was a shrine to Ferrari. I loved the Formula One racing team as much as I loved the road cars. I dreamed of sitting on a hill and looking down on it. And I remember that being like this euphoric experience, and thinking that, I'd be able to manifest anything that I wished. Well, 20 years later, that is the car that I had on my wall as a child. It's not real. It's a replica. And if it was real, it would be worth £2 million. It did not cost me £2 million by any stretch of the imagination. It is just a Toyota underneath its gorgeous skin, but beauty and a beast it is. It's got a beautiful exhaust that sounds like a Ferrari. It's got a 3.5 litre V6 as opposed to the 2.8 litre twin turbo V8 that the original has. So it's only a tiny little bit slower. It sounds gorgeous and it looks gorgeous. In fact, I don't even call it an it. She's a she. And yes, she requires a fair bit of time and maintenance and money. But it was a dream. And I think we all need to have dreams and a wish. It doesn't complete me. It doesn't fill anything inside of me that I needed to, and to be honest, I was prepared to let it go if I didn't get the amount of money that I paid for it. I was just going to let it go and, let someone else have it. But the universe opened up and there she is. So she is now in my possession, and I haven't named her, but she's a Ferrari 288 GTO replica. And if you look Ferrari 288 GTO, you'll see they go for between 2.5 and 3.5 million dollars. In fact, on eBay, the original wind mirrors are £15,000 for the pair. In fact, one wasn't even painted, and you had to pay £125 delivery. Been up on the hill there, so I have literally replicated what was in my mind 20 years ago as I was meditating on this hill and looking down on my car. I won't go all the way, but I'll go a little bit of the way. It's just really strange, and this is something that I will share with you, which is so simple, which is if you give energy to something that you deeply wish, it's not most likely going to happen immediately. It's going to take time. But if you keep focus on that and keep giving it energy, you keep feeding it, keep feeding that dream, keep feeding that wish, the only thing that's stopping you is this. So 20 years and this, I actually could have probably bought this earlier. 4 years ago, there was another replica of a 1970s Ferrari Dino, but I couldn't find anywhere to store it. I can't store it at home. I have to store it at a garage. I can't leave it in my car park. And I've managed to find that, and the guy who I'm going to store it with is doing up a Lamborghini Countach replica, which there'll be two 1980s supercars. This car was made between 1984 and 1987, the original, and I used to visit it at a Birmingham museum, and I would go up just to jump over the rope, just so I could get close to the car and have a photograph with it. And that's 1991. So, and then 10 years later, I was doing EFT and having EFT undone on me. And now, what am I? I'm an international EFT coach working all over the world. And I've manifested my dream car. I haven't manifested the real one because even though I like doing what I do, I'm not quite earning anywhere near the amount of money to be able to afford a £2 million car. And those guys who are billionaires are afraid of driving the car anyway and putting miles on it. So that's the advantage with this. I can put miles on it. But she's pretty, I think. Do you not think? Do you think she's pretty? I think she's pretty. So there you go. Manifest what's deeply in your heart. Now, for you, it might be a relationship. For you, it might be health recovery. For you, it might be starting up a business by yourself. For you, it might be manifesting your dream partner. For you, it might be manifesting a dream holiday. For you, it just might be manifesting a great relationship with your mother or your father, or becoming pregnant, or making contact with a long-lost relative. I believe that if we listen to the 40,000 neurons here, which is in the heart, and we're not being ruled by the 80 to 100 billion neurons in the head, whilst we trust all the way down here, gut, whilst we trust the 100 million down there, you're helping the 80 to 100 billion here. You're not just relying on it to navigate through life. We all would benefit from having a life where we're manifesting what we wish. People who are terminally ill, what do? Most likely, most often, they create a wish list, a bucket list, or even a bucket list. These are all things that they just really wish to do. They're in the heart, and it's something that makes you feel alive. Like, this car gives me energy. I see it and I'm like, I'm almost like the engine. Goes a little bit louder than that, but it's like, it's just, I don't know. I can't tell you. I just feel like a kid having it. I'm as nutty as the 16-year-old that used to collect all these cars. In fact, I used to watch Magnum PI in the 80s, and this is a similar car to that, but that's that car, like the Magnum PI car, but on steroids. So it's really a dream come true. Total dream come true. There goes the cough. Bless my cough. Manifest what's deeply in your heart and work on this. and you can manifest it. You can pull it in, and it is a pull. I didn't force anything to get this. I used the power of law of attraction, law of vibration. I pulled it in, literally. Like, it's like if you're fishing, it's just like I pulled it in. And I think it got attracted to me and I got attracted to it. So it's like she was meant to be in my possession, and I am gonna love her. I'm looking at her now. I just think it's so cool. I can't believe it. Well, really, Daniel? You're about changing people's beliefs. I know, but it really worked. It's ridiculous. It's like everything that I've done in my whole life, from manifesting, greater health to happiness to my business to my relationship with my mom, my family. There's so many things that I have achieved through my heart, but even though to me that's like, to many people it's just a car, it is just a car. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a happy boy. This is Daniel Hill, EFT, NLP, life coach, clinical hypnotherapist, and Enneagram mentor, saying, design the life you wish to experience.